Teenage Wasteland by Catherine and Jocelyn. Ann Taylor. She's the author of Teenage Wasteland, and she is 77 years old. She was born October 25th, 1941, and has published 22 novels and has won 4 awards. She graduated from Duke University and often wrote about social issues and home life. In the short story, the 3 main characters are Daisy, Donnie, and Calvin. Daisy is a mother who works hard to help her son and her family, but seems controlling. Well, she helps her son, Donnie, who is going through many issues with himself and mostly acts out and runs away from his problems. And last but not least, Cal, who was Donnie's tutor and ended up making things worse at home and school, but was a close friend with Donnie. The story is told through third-person omniscient, for the point of view. The plot and summary. The story begins with Daisy getting a call from the principal because of her son's inappropriate behavior, which leads Daisy to try to help him with his grades and behavior more and more every day. While she tries to be supportive and works with him for his grades, his behavior gets worse and worse every day, which leads the principal to call a second time. When the principal calls, he recommends Sonny to a psychologist tutor because of his new behaviors of skipping class, smoking, and drinking during school hours. The tutor's name is Cal, and is very supportive of Johnny and becomes close friends with him and makes him happy to visit, but limits his mom's knowledge about everything he does at school, which leads to Donnie's behavior being worse in every day, and eventually leads him to expulsion. And Donnie decides to run away to Cal to escape his school and his family. Because of him flunking the final exams and the school finding the beer cans and cigarettes in his locker, he was expelled, and not wanting to go back to home, he runs away, which ends the story with Daisy wondering what she did wrong. The major conflicts in the story is man versus self. For each character, man versus self is a big problem, and eventually leads them using the conflict with themselves and pushes it onto others. And last but not least, man versus society, where Donnie dealt with the social pressure of the kids around him. Some of the symbols are Cal's house, which represents the freedom that Donnie spent there, instead of feeling pressured at home and school. The second one is a basketball court at Cal's house, which represents Daisy's constant guilt of not doing more to help Donnie. And last but not least, the beer and cigarettes, which represents Donnie's social pressure, which he feels from the kids around him. The moral of the story is to face your problems rather than running away from them, and accept them, while moving on at the same time working harder, not to repeat the same things that led to the problem in the first place. Something Daisy and Donnie couldn't do, but we can. Thank you.